Cristiano Ronaldo is reportedly sick and tired of life in Turin and wants to leave Juventus this summer. Jorge Mendes might have already started club hunting. Lionel Messi is so eager to see Erling Haaland arrive at Barcelona that the iconic forward is even willing to take a pay cut for that. Now this, we didn't see coming. Mbappe's injury did cause quite a lot of concern for Paris Saint-Germain, but the Frenchman might be available for the trip to Manchester after all. PSG have a chance to go through, right? Edinson Cavani set to extend stay at Manchester United, which means that Boca Juniors might have to wait a little bit longer. Flick has eyes for only one role, and he's apparently told Daniel Levy that he doesn't see a move to Tottenham as a dream come true. Well, is it really that surprising? Mino Raiola has a quarterly thing involving some statement that creates headlines, and the controversial agent has spoken again. Stay tuned to find out what Raiola has to say, among so many other things. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we highly recommend you to do so, because you're unlikely to find such diverse content anywhere else. Right, now that we've done a good job of promoting ourselves, let's get to the matter, or in fact matters, at hand. Everton already making approaches for Turkish international. A few days ago, we reported that Everton are considering making a move for Juventus defender Merih Demiral. The Turkish international is a highly rated centre-back who's been unable to nail down a regular starting spot for the Bianconeri. However, the youngster shouldn't be worried about his career, since any good team would like to sign him. The Toffees are eager to bring in a new defender this summer, and according to Corriere Torino, the Merseysiders have already held talks with the player's agent, and Demiral is also open to a move to Goodison Park. The move might also spell an end for Yerry Mina's time at the club. The Colombian international has struggled for regular minutes this season and is also considering a move to the Serie A. Ancelotti's dream signing would be that of Napoli stalwart Kalidou Koulibaly, with the Senegal international reportedly eager to seek a fresh challenge. And if Everton were able to land him, just imagine how imposing their defence would be next season. Tottenham meet Flick rejection. Hansi Flick is set to leave Bayern Munich at the end of the season. The German tactician has already proven himself to be a success after guiding the Bavarians to domestic and continental success last season. Tottenham, on the other hand, sacked Jose Mourinho after weeks of poor displays. The Spurs have Ryan Mason installed as the interim manager, but the former midfielder is unlikely to be offered a permanent contract. Daniel Levy is already looking at potential candidates for the hot seat, and according to German outlets, approached Hansi Flick as well, only to be met by his rejection. Now, there's two reasons why that must have happened. Number one, Flick isn't sure if he would get a lot of sporting support from the London Giants. And number two, his heart might already be set on replacing Joachim Löw as the German national team manager when the World Cup winning coach steps down following the conclusion of the upcoming Euros. Spurs, on the other hand, have now turned their attention towards Ralf Rangnick. The Austrian has been free for a while and might just consider managing a club that's underachieved this season. United set to announce Cavani extension. Manchester United are desperate for a world-class striker. Anthony Martial has blown hot and cold over the last 5 years, while Mason Greenwood is too young to be burdened with such a responsibility. This is why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had been so eager to tie down Edinson Cavani to another season. The Uruguay international has been a huge success at Old Trafford, and despite being at the age of 34, is playing at a great level. And after putting in some truly world-class showings in the last few weeks, Solskjaer has apparently convinced the veteran striker to hold off his move to Boca Juniors for one more year. The veteran striker wants to return to South America, but he's apparently been convinced by the Norwegian tactician to stay on for one more year. This would be a huge boost to the Red Devils, who might struggle to sign a new striker this summer. Erling Haaland had been linked with the move to United, but the talented striker might not make that move, since there are already so many other options on the table for him. At the same time, Manchester United are also willing to allow Axel Tuanzebe to leave Old Trafford for Aston Villa. The young centre-back has been used sparingly this season, and perhaps a return to Aston Villa, where he spent 1 year on loan, could be a great way to resurrect his career. With Eric Bailly signing a contract extension and the club still looking to sign another centre-back this summer, the youngster is likely to struggle for game time again next season, so it's definitely time for him to move on. The Mino Raiola latest. As an agent, Mino Raiola divides opinion like anything. The self-proclaimed super agent has a stable of some of the best players on the planet and uses that to his and his clients' benefit perfectly. And even if getting what he wants comes in the way of the club, Raiola is the one who mostly ends up on the winning side. For over a year, Raiola has been trying to force Manchester United's hand, creating circumstances and saying things that might force the Red Devils into selling Paul Pogba. Clearly, the man wants another big payday and is willing to sell his client to another club. At present, the likes of Real Madrid and Juventus have been billed as possible destinations. In the midst of it all, Pogba has started to play really well. With just over a year left on his current deal, Solskjaer wants to tie him down to a new deal. The midfielder might want that, but is Raiola keen for something like this to happen? In yet another tell-all interview to AS, Raiola ended up making a very absurd statement, which involved Eden Hazard being part of a swap deal that would see Pogba sign for Real Madrid. Pogba can be expected to dominate gossip columns in the weeks to come, with fresh terms at Old Trafford also being mooted for the talented 28-year-old. But talk of a move to Spain is never far away, and the Santiago Bernabeu still holds obvious appeal to the Frenchman. Raiola has told AS when asked why Pogba is not already with Real, it's a question for Madrid. At one time, Pogba felt a lot of love for and trust in United, and there are various other clubs. Afterwards, it's really hard for United and Madrid to reach an understanding on a massive transfer because big clubs don't like selling great players to other big clubs. And I'm not going to kid you, for Pogba, playing at Madrid was always a really attractive option because of Zidane too. He's Pogba's childhood hero. Of course, Manchester United wouldn't want to sell Pogba, especially after he's only just started putting in consistent displays. However, the club's hierarchy might also be considering if it's worth keeping a player whose agent is always going to spew something unwanted on a regular basis. Mbappe fit for City? PSG manager Mauricio Pochettino is optimistic that star player Kylian Mbappe will be fit enough to face Manchester City in the Champions League semi-final second leg on Tuesday. The youngster missed out on Saturday's 2-1 win over Lens following a calf injury suffered in the 2-1 defeat at home to City. It was widely believed that the 22-year-old would be forced to miss the encounter against Pep Guardiola's men. PSG already have a massive task on their hands as they seek to score 2 goals at the Etihad while hoping that the citizens don't find the back of the net at all. And in order to do that, they would need all hands on deck, especially those of Mbappe, who's been immense for them this season. Speaking to Canal+, Pochettino said that he's optimistic about Mbappe's chances of playing the second leg. Mbappe has scored 37 goals in 43 matches this season, including 8 in 10 in the Champions League and 25 in 29 in Ligue 1. Messi stay depending on Haaland. Eurosport claims that Lionel Messi is willing to extend his stay at Barcelona as long as the Catalan giants show some ambition in the transfer market. The same report further claims that Messi would be more than happy to take a pay cut if it helps the Spanish giants sign Borussia Dortmund star Erling Haaland. The young striker has generated interest from all quarters following a sensational full season in the Bundesliga. Apparently, Messi's been told by Joan Laporta that he needs to take a wage cut if he wants to stay beyond the current campaign, and Messi doesn't mind doing that as long as the club manages to sign quality players. However, it remains to be seen if Barcelona will be able to do that, given the fact that La Blaugrana are in serious financial trouble and can no longer throw around money so casually on new signings like they used to. Moreover, they would need to sell quite a few players this summer before even entertaining the possibility of making such a marquee signing. Ronaldo set to leave Juventus. Okay, so this has been a long time coming. Of course, no one has exactly said anything, but from the outside, it does look very clear that Cristiano Ronaldo isn't enjoying life in Italy and wants to jump ship. Following Inter Milan's 2-0 win, it was confirmed that Juventus have mathematically no chance of retaining the Scudetto. But then again, they haven't played like champions all season, and hiring Andrea Pirlo looks like a huge gamble. Back to Ronaldo then. The Portuguese legend has scored 25 goals in 29 Serie A games, but his performances can't mask the fact that the Bianconeri have struggled a lot, both in Italy and in Europe. Italian newspaper Gazzetta dello Sport have reported that Cristiano Ronaldo has changed recently and is behaving quite differently to how he was when he first arrived in Turin. It's been said that the former Man United man is no longer leading from the front and that his heart is no longer in Turin. He seems to have given up and is not being the fierce competitor that he has been throughout his career. His body language clearly shows that Ronaldo wants out. He has gone 3 games without scoring, and although it's not a big thing, for a player like Ronaldo who bets on himself to keep his standards as high as possible, it's not a good thing. The time has come for Ronaldo to leave, and we're certain that Juventus would be eager to do business with any club. His wage demands might be steep, but the veteran forward is likely to make a compromise. Moves to Manchester United and PSG have been mooted, but we're still not sure if those would happen. United are moving towards a different direction under Solskjaer, while PSG want the next big thing. Ronaldo, for all his experience and ability, is at a crossroads in his career and needs to start considering his next move very carefully. What do you think about his next move? Is he returning to England, or is Paris going to be his final destination? Or maybe a move to the MLS? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.